Hello and welcome everyone to another video. And today's video, this is the promised video long time ago, 3 months ago, 9 months ago. I promised my chat that I will be doing a video about Shadow Sableye, and every 2 weeks my chat remind me to do a video about it. I'm like, did I actually promise you? And then they always like, yeah, I said you promised us. And then eventually they actually brought the receipts, so they always be like, okay, see, you promised us here and there to do a video on the Shadow Sableye. So what's the thing about Shadow Sableye? Because if we look at PvPoke, you can see that Shadow Sableye is ranked 65 in the Great League, and Shadow Sableye is much worse, it's 116. But if we look at the difference here, like, can we even compare? No, like Shadow Sableye Destroy, Annihilate, Boost Cash. Does it actually destroy with cash? Oh, this is the Shadow. Mantine, Chargebug, Vigoroth, lose to Gligar, Azu, Licky, Skarm, Mandi, Talonflame. But if you look at the Shadow one, it's similar matchups. The Licky one is slightly better. But in today's video, we have a deep dive video on the Shadow Sableye. All you need to know about Shadow Sableye in one place. Okay, let me pull the slides. So, Shadow Sableye, deep dive into the IVs. So why is Shadow Sableye important? I asked a couple of insane OP battlers, some people like familiar names in the community, and the main one we asked, Lyle Jeff, 3 times regionals winner, multiples number 2, always within day 2. I asked that boy Jay. He was the 4th winner in the 4th finalist in the Toronto regional. Why Shadow Sableye over non-Shadow? Like, why would I like Shadow Sableye is already a great safe swap. Why would I want a Shadow one? That boy Jay said Lick does the same amount of damage from Licky Tongue into Sableye, so why not just doing more damage into the Licky? What does that mean? Like, if you have the matchup Sableye into Licky, Shadow Sableye into Licky Tongue, the Lick from Licky Tongue does the same amount of damage whether you watch Shadow or non-Shadow. But you know what's the difference? The foul plays from Shadow Sableye will do more, to the point where like the Shadow one needs 2 foul plays plus the Shadow Claw in between, while like the non-Shadow needs to land a return. So technically you're saving energy. Lyle Jeff had a different point of view. He said the extra Shadow Claw damage specifically versus Skarmory, which is a core matchup because Skarmory is literally on every team in regionals. And you have better Licky matchup, among that mostly neutral, had neutral plays, neutral matchups across the board, and would be able to not be as reliant on alignment. What does this mean? Usually, like, whenever you see those great players facing each other in tournaments, they don't rely on calling alignment. They just bring as many neutral Pokemons as possible. So that's why you will see them using Licky, Gligar, because those Pokemons has a neutral play against everything, and they rely on outplaying the opponent. Shadow Sableye is a core Pokemon, and one of those where like you have a neutral play, so you don't care about alignment as much. Well, yes, if they have a Charmer, but technically not that many people bring Charmers. So it's a neutral Pokemon that makes you rely on outplaying and less relying on alignment, and give less chances for the opponent to hard call your alignment or like hard counter you, because this Pokemon has a neutral play into almost everything, including Azu, by the way. So what variants are there? Like when we talk about Sableye, how many Sableyes are there? Well, there are as many attack as possible, like 1500. Hundo, that is the mid attack, the 8 to 10 attack. As an example, the 8 to 10 attack flips the Umbreon matchup. You beat Umbreon with that. High stat product, just as much bulk as possible. What is the difference though? In the one shield, I'm just showing the one shield. Here are 4 different matchups. As much attack as possible, lose to Mantine. The bulkiest one destroys Mantine, as long as it's Shadow and had Power Gem. Okay, look at the Swampert one. If you have an attack weighted one, you beat a Swampert. If you have a high bulk one, you lose to Swampert. Venusaur, attack weighted one destroys Venusaur. Low attack one get destroyed by Venusaur. Shadow Whiscash, which used to be a huge matchup in the previous meta, destroys Shadow Sableye. Okay. While the bulky Sableye destroys Whiscash. The thing is, this matchup doesn't no longer exist because people don't bring in Whiscash anymore as much as used to be in the past. So that's technically a bonus for Shadow Sableye because you don't care about Whiscash. So what breakpoints do we care about? As a breakpoint, I know some people pointed out some wrong terms I use. When I say breakpoint, it could be attack breakpoint or defense bulk point, okay? So there are 4 matchups we do care about: Skarm, Azu, Dewgong, Mandibuzz. Can you flip the Mandibuzz? Yes, there are certain IVs with Sableye can beat Mandibuzz. There are certain IVs with Sableye, Shadow Sableye destroys Azu. Well, every time I say Sableye, it's Shadow. Every Shadow Sableye beats a Skarm, but there is one specific IV that destroys, instead of beating Skarm, you destroy Skarm, and similar goes to Dewgong. Bulk point, the main bulk point I found is non-Shadow Gligar, which doesn't exist in tournaments, and we call it the play Pokemon tournaments, because people bring the Shadow one, so that's why we're gonna ignore the Gligar one. So moving into the first matchup we care about, which is the Skarmory one. So if you sim the Shadow Sableye into Skarmory, I will talk at the end of the video where did I bring these numbers, okay? We can see that there is 2 difference on the attack. If you have the 22 guarantee, sorry, if you look here, if you have 116 defense, you take 6 damage from Steel Wing. If you have 99.4, you take 7 damage from Steel Wing. So if you're able to get the 116 defense, you take 6 damage from Steel Wing. And if you have 122.4 attack, you will do 5 damage on the Shadow Claw. Okay? So what IVs get me this result? Like if I want to get this bulk point and this attack break point, these are some certain IVs. I combine them into a Pro IVs tool on GoBattleLog, which I will explain at the end of the video. Okay, so make sure to watch the entire video because we have lots of important information here. And the best one, as a Shadow Sableye can destroy the Skarmory and has a cool CP is the 10, 11, 15. Level 45 gets 1500 on the dot. The second best one is 12, 9, 15, 44.5, 1500. I do expect that not everyone will be able to get this, so that's why we have a wide variant of IVs that can still do this. But again, this is only for the Skarm. At the end, we will be talking about more matchups and we will try to find the ideal, okay, the one Sableye that gets everything. So for the Skarmory matchup, 10, 11, 15 is the ideal one. But for the Azu, now if you look at the Azu matchup, if you have 95.5 attack, you do 5 damage. Okay, but I think if every Great League maxed Sableye already have that. We're talking about like level 35 Sableye. If you have 119.4, no, if you need the guaranteed attack, okay, we care about the guaranteed attack. Guaranteed attack means no matter how high their defense is, you get this. So you get this attack even if they have the bulkiest Azu. So against the bulkiest Azu, you need 123.5 attack and you need 116.9 defense, so you can get a bubble bulk point. So the bubble will do 1 less damage, which is huge because Sableye is not an HP weighted Pokemon. Sableye has like around 120 HP. So in the 2 shield scenario, Azu does like around 17 to 20 bubbles. That's like 20 less damage, which means as the equivalent of you having 20 more HP. That's that's like 1/6 of your total HP. And you don't have to have a crazy good IV. Sableye, literally 8, 15, 15 is the best one at level 45. You can have a one that's 2, 11, 15, still get it. This is probably most people have this one. Like if you go for a maximum bulk, like mine is the 4, 15, 4, so I get all of the breakpoints against Azu, right? But it's not a hard one to get as long as you go for a bulk, right? But you need to have slight attack, so 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, unless it's the 395, gets it. Anything that's below 4 is tough to get these attack breakpoint on the Shadow Claw. And why this is important? This Shadow Claw breakpoint is important because in the 2 shield scenario, once you land Power Gem, you can simply farm the Azu all the way down. The Power Gem does 40% and the rest 60%. You could literally just farm it all the way down. That's why this Shadow Claw breakpoint is important. If you don't have it, Azu will win the 2 shield scenario. Now moving into the Dewgong, okay? The Dewgong matchup, there are so many stuff you would care about, okay? So as an example, if you have a 100 attack, you will do 5 damage from the Shadow Claw. But if you have 125.6, which means this one must be an attack weighted one, you will do 6 damage on the Shadow Claw. Also, for the bulk point, if you have 123.8 defense, you will take 7 damage from the Ice Shard. While if you have 108.3, you will get 8. So what's the one we care about the most? So we will go for the highest defense, highest attack. And if you combine both those two together, you will get a funky, stupid IV spread. I wouldn't call it a stupid, I would call it a scuffed IV, okay? I know in the past, every time I say scuffed, people get defensive. But scuffed, I mean non-ideal IV. So against the Dewgong, the ideal one is literally 12, 15, 2, 14, 15, 0, 9, 12, 0. Look at these scuffed IVs. If you have this Sableye, you beat the Dewgong. So, but in this matchup, it's not as important since simply this matchup will change after they Icy Winded you the first one, and then everything goes back to neutral. So I wouldn't say this one is as important as the Skarm and the Azu, but it's a one that exists right there. So moving to the next one, which is the Mandibuzz, and one of the IV spreads, like this IV spread specifically, is capable of beating the Mandibuzz, as long as the Mandibuzz has a Snarl, okay? But you kind of need a very attack weighted one, which is the 127.6, and for the defense, you need as low as 108. And if you look at the IV, it's literally the opposite, where here we needed attack and defense against Dewgong, but against Mandi, we need attack and HP. So this is literally the opposite. So it's up to you. You choose whatever IV you have. And I will explain more at the end. What does this help you? This helps you to win, I think, the 0 and the 1 against the Mandibuzz. Straight power gem, you don't even need to bait. So best Sableye IV, we talk about so many numbers. So what is the best Sableye IV? Is there a Sableye that can get all the numbers right there, like out there? Well, if you choose the highest attack and the highest defense, there is no IV combination found. You can't. There is no Sableye that can beat everything out there. So what we do, we will move to the next one. So what was that 127 for? I think the 127 for Dewgong. Yeah, no, the 127 is to get a Shadow Claw breakpoint against the Mandi. So we want to forget about that. We're going to go with the 125, which is what we need as a Shadow Claw breakpoint into Dewgong. I wouldn't even care about that. I would just go whichever is highest against Skarm. So with Skarm 122 as a 123.5. So I would actually consider the 123.5 as the ideal attack. 123.5. And for the defense, here 116. Yeah, 116 is the magic number, I think. Yeah, 116 against the Skarm. And for Azu, 116.9. So 116 and 116.9. So now what do we do with these numbers? 116.9. So we're going to remember those names, and now we will head into GoBattleLog. What's GoBattleLog? GoBattleLog is an amazing tool that helps you to improve at the game. There is a video on the channel that explains every part of GoBattleLog. But that's not everything that... I think we did everything. So as an example, if you're looking for a team, they have teams. If you're looking for an IV checker, then you put the IVs and it will show you a comparison against rank 1. But in this video, we don't... Like, the thing we care about the most is a tool named Pro IVs. Why Pro IVs? I actually named it myself. I think the owner of the website says it makes sense to be Pro IV Pros. Like, this is the best IV. But my point was, like, Pro IV means you do your IVs like a professional, okay? Professional Pokemon Go player. So if you're using this tool, by the way, it's actually paid. It's $5 a month. But if you use my link, it's $4. I was able to get you a $1 discount per month. I think if you pay a year, you get 50% discount. So you choose. I use this tool literally like on weekly basis on every time I want to check my IVs as an example. So now we want to find the best IVs for the Sableye. So we click on Pro IVs. This is what will show. This tool here. Okay, let me... Okay, so this tool here, as an example, this is you. So if you saw the numbers that I have, Sableye into Skarm, right? And you click go. So these are the numbers where I was like yapping, the numbers I was yapping about at the beginning. Like, oh, you need this defense, you need this attack. So if you put Azu, and the website is smart enough to finish the name by itself. 126. So we need this number, maximum defense, right? Minimum defense 126. And for the attack, we agreed that the best attack is 123.5. So minimum attack, we need 1.3. And our Pokemon is Sableye. And underscore DW. DW refers to Shadow. Underscore, it's just to say that this is a Shadow Pokemon. I don't think DW matters. So the ideal perfect one into Azu and Skarmory is 7-15-1, 6-15-1, 7-15-0. But if, as I said, I think I said something different. So this is the most ideal Sableye you could find, okay? But this one, as I said, we don't care about all of the matchups. We kind of do care, but in some of the matchups, like the two we care about the most are like the Skarmory and the Azu. So I'm going to choose this defense, 116.9 and 123.5. So what's the best IV? We're back to the 29.5, 12.95, 12, 10, 14. So these are like IVs that you could like simply get from doing Shadow Raids, because Shadow Raid has the base of 5. But if you do like a couple, I do believe that you could get any of these IVs. So what you care about the most is the IVs here. These are like just the attack, defense, HP, and the stat product, okay? So look up at these. If you have these IVs, you are one of the lucky ones, because I don't think I have any of these Sableyes. So you don't have to have whatever I mentioned as an ideal here on these slides. These are like more like for the nerds outside, okay? So if we look at the second best, as I said, 127.6 and 116.9. So 127 is the Dewgong one. So those will include the Dewgong, but the Dewgong isn't as important again, because the Dewgong matchup will simply change after they Icy Wind you. So if you forget about the Dewgong here as well, if you care about the Dewgong, these are your best IVs. If you don't care about Dewgong, these are your best IVs. Now, that doesn't mean those are the only ones, because this is just, will show you 50 suggested IV, but there should be more. So if you have youths, all you need to do is you go here and you keep you go here, I think. Oh, sorry, you go here and you simply just try to find whatever you have, okay? So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it for today. And if it's not explained well, please let me know. I can try to record it again and try to explain it more for you, because I do believe that this is probably like a one-in-a-lifetime investment. Like, invest in this Sableye and you will never need to build the Sableye again, because I myself built 2 and I still need to build a 3rd one, because I built a Hundo and I built a maximum bulk one, and neither of those are good enough for me at this point, because I don't have enough bulk with the Hundo and I lack the attack with the high stat product. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching. I will be leaving my link if you want to sign up on GoBattleLog in the description below. So make sure to use it if you want to get discount. I do think that they believe 1 month for the free. What do you call it? A 1 month trial. So 1 month for the free if you want to try it out and look up your IVs. So yeah, it's totally recommended. I do think this is the best paid website you could do to improve in GBL, because they have so many features. I will be leaving the video where I talked about GoBattleLog at the end of the video as well, so you could just go to that video and look up all the tools they have. I explained them as well as I could. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching. This is the end of the video. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, click all the buttons, ring all the bells that exist on the screen right there. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, night, or whatever you're having. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Peace.